What's up, guys? Welcome back to Nothing Gets New. Today we're going to be working on Grumps and Paula over here. We're going to get the finish out the lines for the heater core, doing those in aluminum tubing. I got a piece of strap here. I'm going to rough that out, drill it out, kind of get it where I want it. We'll polish it, pinch everything together, weld it up. Let's check it out. All right. I'm just going to run my tap into that hole. That's what I'm going to run the bracket off of. It's got some paint in it. So I got my 1/4 20 tap. Little ratchet. I'm just going to start it by hand. Feel the threads a little bit. Oh, this might actually just go by hand. Oh, you can see the crud coming out. Yeah, we'll run the ratchet in it. That way we know we got a good clean hole to go into. It's always good to tap them out. Especially, you know, these older motors, you don't know where they've been or what they've been through, even though they've been cleaned and stuff. Let's get all the crud out of there. I'll check it with, I'm going to run a stainless screw in there. Oh yeah, that fits in there nice now. Make sure that we got some room. Well, I'm going to find a shorter screw we're going to use, or a bolt. Oh! Okay, I got that hole tapped out. Found a shorter hardware for, or shorter screw for it. Just gonna loosely put this bracket in. Right there. Just finger tight because we're gonna be pulling it off several times. Just right there. I'm gonna grab the tubes and just kind of set them in there. This one goes in here. Actually, you know, it might be easier. Actually, I'll just loosen that out a little bit. If I set them in there first and see where they go, that way that thing's out of the way. Move that up over here. Just kind of put that hose on there loosely. Let's see. I'm actually going to put just a little bit of lube in that right there. Well, I didn't really have anything out here that I wanted to use on it to put in there actually. So we'll just see. So I'm going to be pulling these things out a couple times, and I'm going to show you guys how I dimple the ends of these tubes. Come on. Okay, let me go grab something for that real quick because that's being a pain in the butt. Okay, I'm just gonna put just a touch of some lube in there. That's fine. See if I got a little pick tool I can use, or my little screwdriver. Thought I had just a tiny little pocket screwdriver sitting right over here. And did find my little hook tool. Sorry for back and forth. So this one is the bottom one. I know that. So I'm just gonna roll that hose in there, like so. There we go. Oh yeah, much better. Move that up out of the way. Let's see. Move that into there. There we go. Something like that. Okay. Let's get that kind of twisted where I want it. Oh yeah, nice in line with the valve cover. I like that. Looking down it this way, that's pretty straight. That's what I wanted. And the top to that, let's see if I can get it to rolling. There we go, nice and easy. Down like that. Okay, and that's gonna loop up to right there. That's gonna run it in line. So I think, wasn't exactly sure how I wanted to do it, if I was going to have the tube spaced right here or have them together, but I think the more I look at it, the more I think I'm just going to weld the tubes together, I think, and not even, I was going to run a bracket up there in my head. That made sense, but I think, I'm just going to weld these two tubes together on the inside. Do a spot and a spot. I think that's all I'm going to do. I don't think I'm going to put a bracket. So I want to make sure those are right where I want it, though. Because once we weld it, that's it. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to grab some clamps, see if I can clamp those tubes together, because that's going to be a real pain to weld those and try to figure out where they go together. So I think I'm going to do just a little bit of fit in off camera, grab some clamps, figure out how I'm going to clamp them together and pull them off. To save a fight, I might actually just cut these two hoses. They're just some scrap hoses I had anyways. So I might just do that. Just make sure they fit real well, cut those off, so that way I'm not rustling them around, fighting them together. So let me do that and we'll get back to it, show you welding them together. Okay, I just clamped up, I took some tape around my vice grips, clamps, and clamped those things tight. I think they're gonna line up nice once I get it welded. Yeah, they seem to fit nice. So I'm just going to cut these hoses back here because they were just scraps I had to begin with. Instead of fighting this hose getting out, I'm just going to cut these. Where's the ends at? Right there. Maybe just notch these this way out. That will make it easy for them to come out instead of trying to cut them all the way through. Yeah, nice and easy. Nice and easy. Huh. Those are notched out. I'll pull them out with this piece. Right there. Just slowly work them out. Just trim this a little bit more. Of course, I'm using the dullest razor blade known to man for that project. There we go. Nice and easy. Just trying to hold those just to make sure I don't feel them move. Okay, there we go. Out in one piece. Okay, next day. Went and filled up the big tank. Let's get this thing welded. Finish off where we left off. Ay, ay, ay. I'm just going to use the Synchrowave 210. I did re-clean that, re-clean the rod with some acetone. You know, I think I might just heat that up a little bit with the torch. Just use a little butane, just because it's cold out here. The acetone's cold. Just knock the chill off this thing. Probably all right, just like that. Gas flowing. You know what? I don't really like that. I think I'm gonna reset that up real quick. Okay, reclamp those things. Got it where I like it again. Let's try this thing out. I better get my gloves on. Pain in the butt. Just got to keep doing it over and over. Move some stuff out of the way. All right, boy. Purge it a little bit. Helps if I put it on the right side. Alternating current. Thought it sounded too quiet. At least I wasn't trying to go the other way. Got a tiny little tack weld in there, a couple dabs. I'll check it out, see how I like it. If I like it, I'll do a little bit more on it. All right. See how these things go. I am using a new camera that I got and different stuff for editing my video. So I'm gonna try this video. Is gonna be new video on a whole another setup on what I'm doing. Let's see how that fits. Oh yeah, that's gonna be just nice, just like that. Put a hose there. I'll polish that up the rest of the way. I'll get that thing installed tonight. I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, here's a little trick I learned to put like a bead roll type of thing in there. It's not going to take much. You just take a pair of these little nippers like that or something like that. Seen this on the interwebs. And we're just going to give it a couple little pushed out dimples. Like so. I've done this on intercooler piping and stuff like that too. If you don't have a bead roller, it's a nice deal. I'm trying to think of what I've seen it on somebody's YouTube channel years and years and years ago. I almost think it was like Motion Auto TV from like Denver. I used to watch them when they were building cars and painting cars and stuff. I think they were doing stuff with like the Boosted Boys when I used to watch them way back in the day. You just go around burp, 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 like that. Gives it a nice bead roll type of deal. Pretty cool little trick. Plus it works when you're like small stuff, tight areas. This is going to work good because these are super small tubes. I don't know if they make a bead roll die this small for this, to be honest with you. I'm just going to go around. That way when I put this on, get a hose on it and get a hose clamp. The hose ain't going to fly off, once it builds coolant pressure. Try to keep it the same and even. I already did this one just to see. Camera trick there. So I'm just putting this thing in there. You just work your way around. It does kind of gouge up the pipe a little bit on the end, but it's going to be underneath the hose, so it ain't going to matter. When I get done, I'm going to just take a little file to the end, just make sure there's no sharp burrs that can chafe on the hose over time. Might even just do it with a piece of sandpaper. Just because it's aluminum, it's soft, it isn't going to take very much. Almost done here. A couple more. Let me try to get that lined up right. Bam. Okay, got the tubes all wrapped up. Installed for the last time. Got all the clamps and the hoses on it. Gave it a little wipe down. The whole car is going to need a little bit of polishing by the time we're done with it. But I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. I did get a box of parts in to get the power steering hooked up. All the lines, got the stainless steel training lines coming. And some other stuff. We're going to get all fluids in it, get gas in it, and make sure that we have no leaks there. And try to get the thing to run here soon. But thanks for sticking with it. Thanks for watching the videos. Like, share, and subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.